What if Middle-earth took a different turn? In this build, I reimagined the moment Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli are chasing the Uruk-hai, but only to be confronted by a massive troll with a deadly chain and spear. Watch as I bring this epic battle to life, from the first bits of terrain to the final painted details. Alright, to start off with the base, I grabbed a piece of flat plywood I got from Hobby Lobby and I put a styrofoam on top. Here I'll be putting some Mod Podge on top to protect the styrofoam from glue, paint, and all the other stuff to create the terrain on the base. Next, I'll be using a Lord of the Rings 3 Hunters pack from Games Workshop. I thought out of the 3 miniatures that Gimli would be the hardest one to do, but it turned out that Aragorn was the hardest miniature to put together, and then Legolas was the second hardest, and Gimli turned out to be the very easiest miniature that I ever put together from all the pieces and the accessories. Next will be the Troll. I'll be using the Troll from Dungeons & Dragons Noir's miniature monsters. I was able to get a deal on it at a comic book store, and I thought this would be perfect size and the perfect way to include the miniature with a Lord of the Rings idea I had. The Troll did come with a bunch of accessories you could choose from, either the spear, the broken branch spear, or the ball and chain, and included a hammer club with some nails on it, and I believe it was another piece. I don't remember what it was, but it's somewhere in my pile of sprues. The Troll was also easy and well placed to put together compared to the Games Workshop Lord of the Rings stuff. This Troll was very easily to put together. From every piece apart, and the necklace with the armor and the wooden spear and his clothing. I'm trying to remember what kind of color the Troll was and the armor from Lord of the Rings movies, so I had to go watch them and also Google to see what color it was, and it gave me some gray greenish color, so that's what I'll be using for the paint once I finish putting this miniature together. Alright, for the terrain, I'll be using a dark paste from Acrylic Pro that I got from a hobby store. It's dark earth. I thought it would be perfect for the soil of the grass because they are running through Rohan with green grass plains of the Rohan area. So I just thought this is them running up a hill. I was going to add rocks, but I decided not to. I'm saving the rocks for a different project coming up, so I just put a grain grass plane. Here I'll be using for the first time static grass. I've never used static grass before. I just watched the YouTube video on how to use it and had the equipment or the materials, so here's my first attempt at using static grass. Here I will be putting the static glue on top and then spreading it out with the brush that it came with, and I'll be mixing up with some Army Painter Battlefield grass and the static grass together and laying the grass on top of the base of the terrain. It was pretty messy at first, as I was putting the static. But then after I finished, it looked like really cool with the grass sticking up. I was trying to show on the camera, but the camera using to record it was not really good. But I'll try to use another camera that I'd be using to use my photo shoots I just got. So I'll probably use that for the next video to show the static grass standing up. Here I'll be painting Legolas. I was trying to remember the colors too, so I had to Google the colors as well to what fits his outfit. He said mostly green, so I went with green and some grayish colors for his tunic and his cape, along with his gauntlets. And I used leather brown, hardened leather for his boots, and gauntlets. That's what I meant. And I used dark wood for his quiver and his bow and arrow. And of course gave them zealot yellow for his blonde hair. So here I am painting Gimli using grayish colors in green mixed with metallic and silver and a little bit of gold on his armor. Unfortunately, my camera that was recording this died when I was starting to paint Aragorn, so I don't have any footage of me painting Aragorn. But I go with what we have because I still wanted to finish this project on time. I just went on and continued painting Aragorn without footage. But here's Gimli. So I used metallic silver for his helmet, axe, and what was it? Armor, and his chainmail. And that's pretty much it. And I used dark wood and head and leather for the other accessories on his belt and parts. So to fit the mood and the scene for the diorama, here's a little story to fit it. The plains of Rohan stretch endlessly under a slate gray sky, the wind carrying the scent of trampled grass and orc sweat. Aragorn ran ahead, boots pounding the earth, his keen eyes locked into the distant trail of the Uruk-hai. Behind him, Legolas moved like a shadow, every breath steady, every step silent, and Gimli's heavier strides followed, his armor clinking in stubborn rhythm. Then the ground trembled. A shadow fell across their path, massive, hulking and raw. From behind a stand of boulders, a mountain troll lumbered into view, its skin like cracked stone, its tough mouth curling into a snail. In one hand, it gripped a jagged spear of a broken wood branch, the other clutching a ball of black iron chain to its wrist, swinging in lazy, lethal arcs. Legolas' voice cut sharp through the air. This was no part of their plan. The troll roared, the sound shaking loose dust from the stones. It surged forward, chain whipping like a thunderbolt. Aragorn dove aside, rolling to his feet with sound drawn, the wind from the weapon's swing grazing his cheek. And Gimli charged first, axe raised high. I'll have your head for a helm, beast. His strike rang off the troll's shin like a hammer on an anvil, earning only a bellow of rage. Legolas' arrows flew in rapid fire, sinking into the troll's shoulders and neck, but the beast pressed on, swatting him like an insect. Aragorn darted in low, his blade slicing deep into the troll's thigh, drawing black blood. The chain came down like a falling star. Aragorn leaped back just in time. Gimli caught the spear shaft in his gauntlets, wrestling it towards the ground while shouting for Legolas. The elf sprang atop a boulder, drew an arrow tipped with steel, and set it straight through the troll's eye. The beast staggered, dropped to its knees, and with a final grunt, collapsed into the grass with an earth-shaking thud. The three warriors then stood, breathing hard, the trail of the Uruk-hai already growing colder. Aragorn glanced towards the west, urgency flashing in his eyes. They will be farther ahead now, he said, grimly. Then we ran faster, Legolas replied. Aye, Gimli grunted, planting his axe on his shoulder, and if there is another one of those brutes, I call first swing. And without another word, they ran on, 3 hunters chasing shadows across the world. And there it is, our what-if showdown frozen in time. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli locked in battle against a troll that never was, or should have been. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what other dioramas or alternate Middle-earth scenes you'd like to see come to life. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.